When Christ walked this earth, he encouraged us to support those who are less fortunate than we are. And that is what we try to do here at Burlington Seventh-day Adventist Church. Lloyd Lang is our Community Services Ministries leader, and he leads a small but mighty team of volunteers in preparation for the third Tuesday of each month, when we give out bags filled with food. Like so many other churches in our community, we minister to the immediate needs of our community members through our food program. Each bag is packed with pantry items, bread, dairy, meats, and of course, love. We're supported by our local food bank, who has been there for us every step of the way. We are so thankful to them for the work that they do, because it allows us to minister to each person's needs in a tangible way. Today, we feed almost 100 families each month. This is one of the most effective ways we serve our community. We are blessed to meet different individuals each month, learn about their needs, and how we can support them better. As we highlight the work that we are doing, we also want to highlight other leaders who are doing their part in making our community a better place. Emily Breyer, Agency Network Manager of the Food Bank of Southern New Jersey. Dr. Tiffany Worthy, Mayor of Willingboro, New Jersey. John Fine, Chief of Police for Burlington City, New Jersey. And Barry Conaway, Mayor of Burlington City, New Jersey.
Hi, my name is Emily Breyer, and I'm the Agency Network Manager at the Food Bank of South Jersey. Over the past year, the Food Bank has had to pivot numerous times as new guidelines and recommendations for combating COVID-19 emerged. We have a great team who spent long days early in the pandemic doing a lot of creative problem solving to ensure that we could continue to safely and effectively serve South Jersey. The coronavirus pandemic has brought increased visibility to the issue of food insecurity, which existed pre-pandemic. COVID-19 has only exacerbated that issue. We've seen a record number of clients coming to our agencies and direct service programs who had never experienced food insecurity before last March. However, in times of need, we really see the community come together, and South Jersey is such a great community to be part of. We've had new pantries open over the past year, and existing pantries increase their service hours. Programs like our pop-up pantries added new sites for mobile distribution, and we've had special drive-through distribution events. Community members have come together to volunteer with us and with our pantries, some for the first time, and some who also receive food at our pantries. There is certainly more need in South Jersey than there was at the beginning of 2020. But we are distributing record amounts of food, and our partners are serving a record number of clients. We know that we are stronger and better together, and that we'll keep working together long after the pandemic is over to distribute food in South Jersey and address food insecurity across our communities.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Tiffany Worthy, Mayor of Willingboro Township. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you today. I do appreciate your thoughtful question about the experiences in Black and Brown communities related to government aid and medical aid during the COVID-19 pandemic. I do want to share that for Willingboro, we were very fortunate to work closely with Senator Troy Singleton, who helps us to advocate for resources, advocate for more education, COVID-19 testing, and access to vaccinations. And by that, I mean that we were able to get more access to different webinars and trainings and all this information that was out there. He helped to point us to different places to go to get that information that we could make readily available to our community. So we shared these web resources through our social media platform, also through the township website during council meetings, every opportunity that we had to share with our residents, we did. We also sent home a mailing to all the residents with handy information about COVID-19. And we did that early on in the pandemic and then continue to update information with our residents. In terms of access to COVID-19 testing, Virtua was very supportive, right at the forefront, ensuring that we had access to free testing right at Virtua Hospital here in Willingboro. So our residents had access. We announced that as soon as the deal was made for them to be in Willingboro with the COVID-19 testing, and that site stayed in action for several months as we moved through the pandemic. Also, relationships with CVS and Rite Aid, those two businesses provided free COVID-19 vaccinations in large quantities throughout our municipality, where our residents, our employees, our school district employees were able to be vaccinated with various COVID-19 vaccinations. Thank you again to Senator Singleton for those efforts of bridging those communications and conversations. Governor Murphy's office working with us to ensure that we did have access as we were navigating this pandemic. So I think the access to the education, the vaccination, the testing, I know can be challenging for all communities. And I think it's important that in Black and Brown communities that we continue to advocate for what we need, advocate for representation, advocate to make sure that we are being heard and that our needs are being met. So in Willingboro, we have continued and we will continue to get the word out. And I think in our community, one of the challenges, as with many communities, is getting the word out, because everyone receives their information different ways, whether it be social media or from snail mail or from websites, or if they prefer a phone call or a council meeting. There's so many different ways that people prefer to get their information that it can make it difficult for a municipality to get this good information out even further. So thank you again for our opportunity to share on this particular topic. Again, I'm Dr. Tiffany Worthy, Mayor of Willingboro Township, and I look forward to doing more together.
My name is John Fine. I'm the Chief of Police for the Burlington City Police Department. I just want to first say hello and thank you to all my friends at the Burlington Seventh-day Adventist Church over on Conover Street. Thank you for allowing me to make this quick video on what we were doing during the COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic has affected all of our lives, and the way policing was, we definitely had to change and become more of a support arm for our community, which we definitely did. One of the biggest things we did is we teamed up with our school district to make sure that all of our kids in town were still being fed breakfast and lunch during the virtual learning. So we went to areas of town, of all the playgrounds around town, and we were serving and still are serving between 130 to 175 meals a week. In addition to that, we are still continuing that until the end of the school year, and we just eclipsed about 40,000 meals served to our students. In addition to that, we teamed up with our local partnerships with CHI and AACP and our police chaplains and did a drive-through food pantry, which we were serving about 1,400 families at least every month. In addition, we were having police vehicles driving around and delivering food to our elderly residents and disabled residents that were unable to get to the drive-through food pantry. So that was a very big step in addition to helping with testing, but now we're going to the point of trying to get vaccinations. We helped with about 3,000 vaccinations at the Tabernacle Baptist Church, and on June 5th, we are hosting and helping with our partnership with the Burlington County Health Department and Sisterhood Incorporated, and we will have our own vaccination clinic for the public at the Daniel Keegan Center, 522 Wood Street in Burlington, New Jersey. We hope to see you there. If you need to be vaccinated, please stay safe, and if there's anything that you need, please just let me know. Thank you and take care.
Hello, Burlington Seventh-day Adventist Church. I'm Mayor Barry Conaway, The City of Burlington has a long history of collaborating with faith-based organizations and nonprofits. We need you. The community cannot move forward unless we have nonprofits, religious organizations in every sector of what the City of Burlington wants to be involved in. We need the volunteer effort. Currently, we've been doing a food bank before the pandemic. We have playgrounds and parks that need to be mulched and help cleaned up. We have individuals that need with help with job, resume building, writing skills. We have a summer camp that needs volunteers. And these are things that help a community, move a community along. We all need a hand. We all need a helping hand. And one of the things that we try to do in the City of Burlington is that we want to make sure that we're attached to someone. Many of us, some of us out here, don't have anyone to talk to, don't know who to turn to. The nonprofit organizations, the religious organizations do that very well. We want to be a partner with them in the City of Burlington, but we can support a lot. And by supporting by some of our fields, our parks, partnering with the organization, we love to do that. There's a thing called Movement Day. And Movement Day says where you should be collaborating and partnering with organizations in your community for the betterment of your community. You should know the statistics. You should know the data of that community. We have some challenges in the City of Burlington, and that's why we like to reach out to the religious organizations and nonprofits. Thank you very much.
Today, we honor and recognize you as a leader within your own individual community. On this Community Guest Day and every other day, we encourage you to continue to answer the calling to serve wherever you are at any time.